Welcome to a new video for the Passion for Pencils YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make a nice little painting with Derwent Inktense pencils, one of my favorite pencils. And it is autumn, so the theme will be autumn. But before starting this video, I want to show you something else first. The light is not very good here, but I want to show you this. This is my own YouTube button. And it's not real, it is made for me by one of my nephews. And here in the Netherlands we have this Sinterklaasfeest in December. We give each other presents and we make what we call surprises. We be creative and make something interesting to wrap your present in. And last year, my nephew, 10 years old then, he made me this YouTube button. And well, it says that, here you can see, it says that I have more than 1 million subscribers. Well, that's not true, but maybe in the future. So I just wanted to show you this. He was so proud that he made this beautiful button. So now you can see it too. And of course I'm very grateful for this button. It was a lovely surprise. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you a very easy way to sketch an autumn leaf. Well, actually it's not sketching, it's easier. And just enjoy Derwent Inktense pencils. So here I have a piece of hot pressed paper. The brand is Arches. It's hot pressed cotton paper, and well, if you're not that skilled in drawing and sketching, you can just do what I'm about to do right now. I do this once in a while when I do not want to spend a lot of time sketching and drawing, but just well, just enjoy the painting. So this is what I do. I just press the leaf on the paper. And this is an H graphite pencil, so it's quite hard. And I'm just pressing the leaf down, and then, well, as you can see, there's a lot of sunshine. Again, we have glorious autumn days here. It's just beautiful. And well, I'm grateful for the sunshine here in the Passion for Pencils headquarters, because we are having a trouble with our electricity. There is no electricity in this part of the house, and that happened when we got a new. And I have no idea the English word for what I'm going to say, but in Dutch we call meterkast. And it's this electricity panel. Every home has one, where all the electricity comes in the house and then is divided into different areas. Well, I'm just talking nonsense, I think, but I think you know what I mean. While installing this new panel, clearly something went wrong, because now there is no electricity here in the Passion for Pencils headquarters. So we have to work with sunshine. Thank goodness it's here. But of course I'm hoping that this electricity trouble will be over when I'm I want to use my daylight lamps for recording. So as you can see, this is just the rough sketch, a little bit close by, and now I'm going to sketch the lines that are here. I found this leaf yesterday. I had the opportunity of going to the forest yesterday, and I took the opportunity, and well, I didn't regret it. It was beautiful. I have to say the autumn colors are not there yet to the fullest, because the oak trees are still not changing colors, but other trees are. It's just lovely. Now I found this leaf yesterday, and I wanted to keep it well, not curling up, drying out, so I placed it in a bowl of water yesterday evening, and well, that seemed to work. Now here I have a Staedtler Pigment Liner. This is my favorite water-resistant, waterproof pigment liner. I have other brands, but this is by far the best that I have. So I'm just tracing this. Next step is an eraser. So all the graphite pencil will be gone. And now the fun can begin. I have two leaves, this one and the bigger brother, and let's take a look at the colors that I see. I see greens a tiny bit here, and that is what I find very pleasing. Greens, yellows, reds, brown tones. So when I start a leaf like this, the best first layer, in my opinion, is yellow, because from yellow I can go to green, I can go to orange, I can go to brown. So that's what I'm going to do. Here I have a color called golden yellow. Let's start with this one, Cadmium Yellow, number 210. All these pencils have their own number, so it's, you can find them, you can check whether they are in the set you have or not. Of course, I will put a link in the description of this video if you are interested in buying Derwent Inktense pencils. In my opinion, these pencils are so user-friendly, especially if you have had a little bit of trouble with watercolor pencils. I used to have trouble with watercolor pencils as well. until I started using these Derwent Inktense pencils. But there is one thing you have to keep in mind, and that is, in my opinion, they work best on a smooth surface paper. So I use them on this hot press watercolor paper. So here I have a waterbrush, Pentel. They are still my favorite brushes, the Pentel ones. I have 3 different sizes. This is the large one. And the beautiful thing about this brush is that it keeps its point. It stays pointy. I have other brands where the brush loses its shape. You can still use them, but these Pentels are so good. And I've been using them for years now. Inktense pencils, when activated with water and then dried, they say it's completely permanent. The pigment on the paper cannot be moved afterwards. That is not 100% true, but it is way more permanent than many watercolor pencils. And that is one of the things that make it, in my opinion, a lot easier to work with these Inktense pencils. So, I let that dry, but I will take a look at this area. This one is apple green. I'm going to put a tiny bit of apple green here. So I let things dry a little bit, and I'm going to add a touch of this glorious green, apple green. The fun thing with this pencil is that you can use it both with water and dry. Actually, you can do that with all watercolor pencils, but these have a really good quality when used dry also. Now I'm putting in a little more green than there is in the actual leaf. To be honest, I don't care. It's just, this is art. You can do whatever you find beautiful. So I'm just adding a little more green. It was funny, yesterday in the woods and today in the garden here. The birds are getting more active, and of course that has everything to do with autumn and winter coming. Animals are looking for food, looking for shelter maybe. Some are working on their territory, I think. A tiny little bird like a red-breasted robin. If I'm well informed, then this tiny beautiful bird is very competitive to its robin neighbors, and he really don't like the neighbor trespassing. Here I have a color called Willow. It turns out that that beautiful bird song, much of it is not so lovely as we interpret it. For some birds, their beautiful singing means get the hell out of here, or I will show you the way out. No, they can be very, very territorial. But I had a glorious day in the woods. I walked 10 kilometers, so it was a good workout. It was good for my health. This is poppy red. I'm going to use a slightly different technique now. I'm picking up a little bit of pigment with a wet brush. Then I'm going to put that here on the paper. As you can see, it is quite a strong color, and I have to be quick, because as soon as this pigment dries, I can no longer fix hard edges. I'm not sure if this technique was the best suitable one. Here, I'll show you. Now this is wet in wet, because it's still wet here. This might work much better. Yes, that's better. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add more water here and there, and then drop in this red pigment. So this is clean water, and then I'll add I took my watercolor kit with me yesterday, and actually I had these pencils with me too, but I eventually decided to find a nice place, just sitting in the grass, and take out my coloring book, The Flower Year, with some colored pencils. And I've been coloring in the sunshine for, well, let's say half an hour, I think. It was really nice. As things are drying, I can see a hard line occur here, and I cannot do anything about it other than adding a little bit more color. So here is the apple green. The yellow that is in the leaf now is too cool. Look at it. There is a distinct difference. So I'm going to add a touch of this golden yellow now. Let's see how that works. It's not my goal to mimic the exact same colors in the real leaf, being too far away from it may not work also, so trying to stay close to the real leaf, but with a little bit of artistic freedom. The outdoor painting season is over, I think, although we still have these glorious days. But I decided that I'm going to do a reorganize my watercolor stuff. I think I'll show you a little bit of that process. Now this new darker, warmer yellow I think is really working quite well. And when we take a second look, we can see that the red tone, we need to work on that as well. I need to work on that as well. Are you working on something right now? Or are you just watching this video? This is Shiraz. Sometimes I like working on a painting or a coloring page while having a couple of videos on, just to get some inspiration. This is not the right tone either. This is too cool. But there is this beautiful technique called glazing. And when you work with very, very light, transparent layers, you can add different layers on top of each other and create your own colors with that. Now the thing is, and this is something to take into consideration when you work with Inktense pencils, they are much more opaque than watercolor paint. So I try to keep it very light, the layers, in order to maintain a sort of transparent look. Here I have Mid Vermilion. This should be an orangey reddish tone. Let's see what happens. So I'm working wet in wet. The paper is still wet. And here I have Willow again. I'm going to add a little bit of brown here and there. But the real brown deal will, I have to do that on a different occasion, because I want the paper to be completely dry when I do that. Because there are these brown dots. And it's always good to let things dry, walk away from your painting, and take a good look the next day with a fresh eye. And there's another reason why I am making a second video about this leaf, and that is because the sun is setting and it will be gone from the table here not long from now. And because there's no electricity here, I am forced to continue this work later. Maybe tomorrow, but I can create part 1 for you already. Thank you for all your nice comments that came in after I uploaded my first video last week. That was so heartwarming, encouraging, and I really felt like I wanted to do more, so that is why I'm here now. So here are the real leaf and the painted one together next to each other, and you can see there's still a huge difference between the real leaf and the painted one. Now when I continue tomorrow or the day after, this leaf will not look like this anymore. This is going to deteriorate. Actually, this leaf looked different yesterday. So when I continue tomorrow or the day after, I'll have to do it without this leaf. So I think I'll take a picture of it, and then from there we will just build the colors in this leaf, and let's see what the end result will be, because I'm quite sure the end result will be not exactly looking like this. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for an exact copy. I'm just looking for a nice autumn leaf. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Wishing you happy painting, happy coloring. I will put a link in the description of this video so you can find all the materials that I've been using in this video. And, well, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.